Now, after ionization energy, the next property is electron gain enthalpy. Electron gain enthalpy. Now, electron gain enthalpy. As far as electron gain enthalpy is concerned, they have a stable configuration. Since they have a stable configuration, so they do not accept electron. So, regarding the electron gain enthalpy, so their electron, they have a large positive value of electron gain enthalpy. Why? Because the addition of electron is difficult due to stable configuration. So, large positive electron enthalpy. They have a large positive electron gain enthalpy. They have a large positive electron gain enthalpy. Why they have a large positive electron gain enthalpy? Because the addition of electron is difficult due to stable configuration. Addition of electron is difficult due to stable configuration. So, the addition of electron is difficult due to stable configuration. Because they have a stable configuration, so addition of electron will be difficult. So, their addition of electron is difficult and it is difficult due to stable configuration. Am I clear? Next property is solubility in water. Solubility in water. So, next is solubility in water. Regarding the solubility in water, they are slightly soluble in water. And why are they soluble? Due to weak dipole-dipole interaction. Fine. So, they are slightly soluble in water. They are slightly soluble in water. All of them are slightly soluble in water. And this arises due to dipole-induced dipole interaction. This arises due to dipole-induced dipole interaction. Dipole-induced dipole interaction. It arises due to dipole-induced dipole interaction. Dipole-induced dipole interaction. Remember this is written over here. Am I clear? Since they are chemically stable, so they are unreactive in nature. So, we need not have to discuss much about the inert gases. Now, from here, we come to the uses of noble gases. As far as use is concerned, helium, it is used for filling balloons and airship. So, helium is used for filling balloon and airships. Used for filling balloons and airships. Used for filling the balloons and airships. Am I clear, student? Now, neon is used for production of neon lights in television sets and warning signals. Neon used in television sets. Used in television sets. Warning signals, etc. Television set, warning signals, etc. Am I clear, student? Argon is used for making inert atmosphere. Then argon used in a incandescent lamp. It is used in incandescent lamps. Argon is used in incandescent lamps. Then in making inert atmosphere, it is used in incandescent lamp and in making inert atmosphere. And in making inert atmosphere. Then we have krypton. Krypton is used in gas-filled lamps. Krypton used in gas-filled lamps. Krypton will be used and used in the gas-filled lamps over here. I think I shall be very, very clear. Is it clear, student? So, uses of helium, neon, argon, krypton is very, very clear. Radon is used in the treatment of cancer. If you take radon, it is used in treatment of cancer. It is used in the treatment of cancer. So if we talk about the radon, it is used in the treatment of cancer. This is something about group number 18. Now students, in group number 18, we have to do some compounds. They do not form the compounds other than few because they are the inert elements. And that will be xenon fluoride. The compound over here will be xenon fluorides. Xenon fluorides. In xenon fluoride, we have got the compounds XeF2. Then we have XeF4. And then XeF6. These are the compounds of a xenon. If you talk about xenon difluoride, XeF2, how will we prepare this? We take xenon in the form of a gas. When it reacts with fluorine in the form of a gas. At the temperature of 673 Kelvin temperature, 1 bar pressure, and the catalyst used over here will be nickel. It will result in the formation of xenon difluoride. Am I clear, student, over here? So xenon, when react with fluorine, it will form xenon difluoride. In xenon difluoride, we have sp3d hybridization. What hybridization is present in xenon? sp3d hybridization. And geometry will be linear geometry. Geometry will be the linear geometry. What geometry it have? It have a linear geometry. In the linear geometry, how do we make the shape of this one? This is xenon, this is fluorine and fluorine. This will be having a linear geometry. This will be having a lone pair and a lone pair. So this over here will be the structure of a xenon fluoride. Am I clear? So this is XeF2. These questions can be asked in the board examination. What type of a hybridization do they have? sp3d. Geometry, linear. How do we make the linear geometry? The linear geometry will be made in this manner. Am I clear? Remember the type of hybridization and the geometry. This is linear geometry. Is it clear? Now the next compound will be xenon tetrafluoride. Now another compound is xenon tetrafluoride, XeF4. In xenon tetrafluoride, if you take xenon, xenon is in the form of a gas. When it reacts with fluorine in the form of a gas, at the temperature of 673 Kelvin and the pressure of 6 to 7 bar. At the temperature of 673 Kelvin and the pressure of 6 to 7 bar, it will result in the formation of xenon tetrafluoride will be obtained. Now in xenon tetrafluoride, the type of hybridization will be sp3d2 and geometry will be so it has sp3d2 hybridization and octahedral geometry. Hybridization in this case will be sp3d2 and geometry will be octahedral in nature. Am I clear? How do I make the structure of this one? This will be having octahedral geometry formula. I have told you how to determine the type of hybridization. This will be a lone pair and then over here will be the another lone pair. This will be XeF4 over here. This will be F, F, F and F. So it is octahedral geometry and sp3d2 type of a hybridization. One more question which is generally asked from XeF4 in the board examination is, if you take xenon tetrafluoride. Xenon tetrafluoride when dissolved in water, xenon tetrafluoride when dissolved in water, it will result in the formation of xenon oxyfluoride XeOF2 plus 2 molecule of hydrofluoric acid will be given out. Remember this, student. Am I clear? Now the next compound we have to do is XeF6. This is xenon hexafluoride. How it is prepared? When xenon is made to react with fluorine, xenon in the form of a gas, when react with fluorine in the form of a gas at the same conditions over here, it will result in the formation of xenon hexafluoride. Tell me whether you are getting it clear or not, student. It will result in the formation of xenon hexafluoride. Now, next compound, one more thing. This xenon hexafluoride. Of course, the geometry will be octahedral, hybridization will be same. Then, if this XeF6, when dissolved in water, XeF6, when dissolved in water, it will result in the formation of XeOF4 and hydrofluoric acid. It will form XeOF4 plus hydrofluoric acid will be given out. We may also react in this manner over here. If we take xenon hexafluoride, it is made to react with the water over here. The question has been asked in the board examination. It will result in the formation of xenon oxyfluoride XeO2F2 and hydrofluoric acid will be given out over here, and hydrofluoric acid will be given out over here. As discussed, it will be having a octahedral geometry. Now, one or two more things you must remember, student. If you take XeOF2, it will have sp3d hybridization. If you take XeO2F2, it will have sp3d hybridization. And if you take XeO2F4, it will have sp3d2 hybridization. sp3d2 hybridization. Here, it will be having distorted octahedral geometry. So, this will be xenon, then distorted octahedral geometry over here. This is XeO2F2. This will be fluorine. This will be fluorine. Then we have oxygen. Then we have oxygen. And then over here it will be a lone pair of electrons. Am I clear? So, this is how it is to be done. This is XeO2F2. Distorted octahedral geometry it will be having, and this will be distorted triangular bipyramidal geometry over here. Distorted triangular bipyramidal geometry. Distorted triangular bipyramidal geometry. Am I clear? Then we have xenon, this one XeO2F2. The structure of this will be Xe, double bond O, then double bond O, and then again over here will be double bond O. This will be fluorine, and this again over here will be fluorine. What type of a shape do you have? It again will be having this geometry. And this will be trigonal bipyramidal geometry. What geometry it will have? It will have a trigonal bipyramidal geometry. Now, if you have XeO2F4, hybridization will be sp3d2, geometry will be octahedral. This will be xenon, then fluorine, then again fluorine. This will be fluorine, this will be fluorine. Fine. This is pentagonal bipyramidal geometry, sorry. Pentagonal bipyramidal geometry. And then we have oxygen. So it will be double bond O. Here again it will be double bond O. So this will be this kind of geometry. So it will be octahedral geometry. This is something about the group number 18. Am I clear? All the questions which can be asked in the board examination, I have tried to write them on the board. Hopefully you must have understood the P block element. So in the P block we have done with you group number 15, 16, 17 and 18. In our next lecture we will start with the new chapter. Till then, thank you.